Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Another one of them days. Raining, which screws me for leaves again. I'd really like to get a good chunk of this done. Oh man, but just rained a bit yesterday. I thought, maybe it'll dry out overnight a little bit, and today, and then I'll get them at them this afternoon. No, rained all night. Raining not so much now, but she's drenched. Holy frig. But anyways, this one's just about toast. They're all on the ground mostly here, and I've already been by in past times 5,000 or 10,000 times picking them up, but geez, you wouldn't even know now. Anyways, yeah. So I thought I seen some stuff in the Princess Auto Flyer that I wanted to go and grab. So we just took off this morning, just after the kids left school, I guess, and just got back now. We went over there and got some stuff. I'll show you in a sec. Get some stuff and came home. Thought, oh geez, I need to get the oil change in the truck. So we went to Ford. And I walked in there and I says, can I get my oil changed today? And he's like, right away, I'm like, oh, that's not a good face. He's like, oh, I can get you in maybe at like 3 o'clock, or 3 o'clock tomorrow. We're booked right up right now. I can't get you in right now. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. He's like, oh, do you want to book it? I'm like, no. I wanted to get it done kind of now, as I'm here. I'm not waiting until 3 o'clock, so tackle that crap. So, anyways, we ended up just coming into a place in town called Super Lube, I think it is. And they did her up for me. It was good. So they almost go kind of too far-ish. It kind of seems. I mean, it's good service. It's nice to go to a place that actually does a service to you. Like he even checks the transfer case level, oil level, fluid level, the rear differential fluid level, checks all your tires. They'll add up to a liter of windshield washer stuff, the spray stuff, windshield washer cleaner stuff. They'll add up to a liter of that, and then they're like, oh, it needs a little bit more, but it's $1 a liter after the one we give you. I'm like, oh, no, it's okay, I got lots at home. Which they probably hear a lot. And yeah, they do a whole bunch of neat stuff. They check all your other fluids, stuff, and check your lights, and they don't get right into like checking brakes and all that stuff, or hoses really, or anything like that, but so the major stuff, so that this is of course a full synthetic oil change and a special filter, so they say. Ended up being like $120 for an oil change. I'm thinking, this is only a Ford I'm driving, it's not a freaking Ferrari. Holy crap. But anyways, whatever, she's done, it's good. The funny thing is, we've got 81,000 now on it, and they've only put the Dewey there to 87,000. So it's like, no, you can go a little more than that with the synthetics, bud. So I'm gonna more look at my, I reset my thing here. I'm gonna more look at that, I think, than their sticker, because they just want you to, oh geez, I'm at 87,000, I better go get my oil changed again. It's like, no, you don't need to do that, not with synthetics, not quite as much. So because I think if you go by the information Dewey thing here, the oil life there was at 47%, so I mean, it was still pretty good yet, so you could go kind of with that, but you kind of probably should do it when it's getting in around that 40% anyways, because that has ran quite a bit through there, and probably should be done. But anyways, let's turn off the money, and we'll hit her inside here. Got a couple things to show you. Nothing really majorly planned today, as in video-y wise. I wanted to do leaves, but no, not today, apparently. So anyways, one of these days too, I got to work at shutting the water off in here and getting everything all blown out again for the winter. And I also have to winterize my travel trailer again with the lovely pink goo stuff, pink liquidy goo stuff, which probably I should be doing soon-ish. both of those jobs, because I think on Saturday or Sunday coming up here, it's supposed to be -4 here, and like flurries. You know what I say to that? No, I'm just tricking you. It's only that one. Oh yeah, and they give your floor a quick vacuum too at the Super Loop place, so sort of kind of got most of it. A lot of it's still there, but anyways. Okay, so let's get inside. Frickin' rain. So I got the backhoe back together yesterday too. I didn't videotape the reassembly because it was just like bang, 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 gotta get it done. The guy had just showed up for setting up the funeral, and I'm like, holy crap, I gotta get back. But I got her back together, no problem. Everything worked good. Everything went as it should have. The only tricky thing I had to do was, oh, let's go down the other side here. After I got the one end in, I had to, of course, you know, they have the rod end all screwed around. So once I got this end back in, I had to get this twisted around and so it would line up with the pin again. I got her, but it didn't really kind of sucked. And then try to get the right distance out to where the arm was sitting to get the pin to slide through, because it's got to be freaking bang on or it will not go. So little bit upset with the dealership job. I'm gonna say, you know, like this guy was a younger guy. Apparently they told me he knew what he was doing. I'll tell you first thing right the frick off though, you never ever put the cylinder into a vise. Ever. Look at the two jaw marks there. One there, one there. One there, one there. You have to hold it, I realize, but you never ever, oh, it just got greasied. You never ever clamp those down into a vise. Ever. And I'm going to say it again. Ever. Never ever clamp that into a vise. Now I'll tell you why. If you clamp this too hard, it'll dent. That dent will transform inside the cylinder where this piston is going up and down. It'll transfer to a little bump in there. Every time that piston travels down past there, it's gonna wreck the seals, tear the seals open. It'll start leaking again. Not happy. Now, as you can kind of sort of see here too, this is some fresh paint on here. And you can't really see, but up there on that end, there's fresh paint as well. He brought it out to me. The thing's like still wet with paint. And he's like, oh, I just watched the ends of this here. We got to put some fresh paint on it for you. I'm like, yeah, because you're wailing on it with a hammer. And he just kind of looked at me and turned around and walked away. But I'm like, dude, really? You never need to ever hammer on one of those things. The only thing you might need to hammer on a little bit is that little bit of a gland nut where the rod comes out, just to get it past so you can get that seal, that clip retainer thing in there, and then just pull the whole assembly out. But oh my god, I can't believe he put it in a vise. I was not too happy, let me tell you. And I used her yesterday and it seemed okay. But oh, you never ever clamp one of those in a vise. I don't know if you noticed, but my video I had a piece of tube in here, and I just put the cylinder in there like that. I never actually had it in the vise. But oh man, anyways. So I gotta clear a little bit of room here from this job the other day. That needs to get clamped back on there. That's what I have to run my pressure washer off of, but I haven't done that yet, so we'll just kind of put stuff over here. Air filter from the car. Good set. Those are the channel lock clip dewy things there. Circlip, I guess they call them. And I've actually never done it this way. Oh, that's pretty slick, eh? So expansion and contraction. That's kind of cool. Exterior and interior, I guess they call it there. That's pretty cool how that flicks over. Pretty cool. So anyways, let me clear a little bit of spot here. We'll get this stuff in here out of the truck. Alright, so on sale were 3,500 pound torsion axles for our new Mini X flat loader trailer project thingy coming up sometime this winter. So they were $100 off a piece. They're still 189 bucks. Regularly $289.99 a piece. So I got them $100 off, so I saved $200 there, which is kind of sweet. There is left and right side. Now I got tricked on these a little bit. I'll show you in a second, but I also got some rubber while I was there too, and metal rims. But I couldn't decide what size. I wanted to keep it absolutely as low as I possibly could to the ground. But you can see the difference in the size of these tires. These guys are quite a bit beefier on this side. I think this is the ones I've got on the little green trailer now, because they're good for 175 psi. Nope, what am I looking at? I looked at the one there, I thought 175. 715 pounds per tire. So that's still a little bit underweight for what I want to put on it, but I'm not taking it on the road. I haven't had problems with those other ones yet, so this is going to be it. I don't know why, but I got a smaller set. So these little guys are a 480 by 8. These are a 570 by 8. So still 8-inch rim, but a little taller tire. These ones are quite a bit less weight. They're 585 pounds. They'd probably still be fine, but if you're going on the road with it, you definitely want like the 11-1200 ply rating on them. They're real good ones, right? But they were, they come out to like here. They're a lot huger tires, so I'm like, I don't want it tall though. I want it to keep it as low as I can so I can potentially load this thing without actually having to use ramps. But I got tricked. I got tricked a little bit. The picture, their picture, and I never really researched it very much. Their picture, if you look at these here, let's get you a nice flat spot to look at this. If you look at it, you can see the one, you can see the drop. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I looked at this one just kind of faster, so I'm like, oh, they've got one that comes straight out. That'd be perfect. And that's actually what I do want. I don't really want anything, because that's going to make the trailer go a little bit higher. It'll squash a bit when I get the machine on there, but I want her flat as I can get her. But I think this will still work. I will just have to, I gotta think about this too, because there's going to be another frame up here. So I'm going to have to do some measuring after and see how my height is actually going to be. So I'm going to have a 2-inch frame on this, but with the other trailer, I've got another 2-inch frame where it actually sits for the actual dump box. So this will get 2 inches less. But so anyways, I got tricked just by the way they took their picture here. It looked to me like, oh, that one looks flat, but if you look at it, they've actually taken a picture of this other one right on. So they've taken a picture of it like here. I'm like, that'd be perfect, but it's not. They're all drops. I'm like, frig! I get over there, I couldn't find it, and I talked to one guy. He's like, oh no, that's just the picture. They're actually all dropped like that. I'm like, well, I guess that does make sense. I just never really paid too much attention to it, but it looks to me like it almost comes straight out, where you can definitely see a drop on this guy. But anyways, so that's, yeah. So I'm going to just mount a tire onto this guy here too. They're actually the right way up there now, because when you put the weight on, there's I'll show you this after here too. These are pretty sweet. They're rubber dewey's in here, like big rubber logs right here. And then there's a square thing. I have no freaking idea how they get these mated together. It'd be a pretty cool machine, I think, to see press all that fit together, because those are really smashed in there hard. So basically what it does when you put your weight on, it twists this bar against these rubbers, and that's your spring. It also springs there too, so when you're going down the road, it's the trailer's bouncing and that's taking up your shock in there. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool how to do it. It's too bad they're freaking expensive, but something I just noticed here, this must be an old stock one. It's just got a normal cap on it, or someone else stole the cap off it. But it's because this one has the actual greasing cap. I bet you that's what they've done. They've just stole the cap off the other one. 289 right side and 289 left side. So, but I'm going to throw one of these tires on here, and I just want to kind of do a little bit of measuring roughly if I can get it kind of set up where it should be sitting. Oh, my mistake. This actually might not work with these tires. Never even thought of that. The hub face on here is too big, too wide. So that way is too wide to fit the tire the way it should. It hits on the back here. I guess the 2,000 pound axle must be a smaller. It can't be much smaller though, because it's still got to be the 5 bolt pattern. That's weird. I should have maybe got the smaller axles instead of these ones. These are maybe a little bit too beefy. But 3,500 pounds, I'm thinking that's probably better to go a little higher than they had other ones there that were 2,000 pound, but I guess they probably would have worked fine too. I never, they weren't on sale either. These ones were on sale, so that's probably why I just went with these and thinking, oh, nice low profile tire, that'll be perfect. I mean, I guess I could smash that on there and it would probably kind of sort of work, but it's definitely not right. It's hard to kind of see in there, but I do have quite a bit of gap from where it actually should be sitting. Darn it, I never even thought of trying that. And both of these look like they're the same diameter. I should measure that. I'm going to measure that and see what the face of the hubs are there. Well, I don't think that's going to work. It's actually hitting on about here on the outside of the hubs here. So darn it, I never even thought of that. I just kind of grabbed them. Let's look at some tires. Let's get out of here. So darn it. Well, doesn't that just stupid? That's stupid. Well, I don't know what to say. You can't kind of really just sort of jam those on there and, like, you know, hope for the best, because they're supposed to be fitting flush inside there. So darn it, I guess, you know, you could, if you really wanted to, grind this down some on the face here and make it a little smaller. That'd be a lot of grinding. But I might take them back and get the 2,000 pound. I think these might have been just a little bit too heavy. Darn it. Really didn't want to have to do that, but I think they're about a 1/4 inch bigger on these things, so isn't that stupid? Well, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Darn it. Okay, so the inside of my tires, like in here, from here to here is 5 and 7/8, and those hubs are 6 and 1/8. So it's only like tiny little bit out, but not gonna work. Why they have to make that different, I don't know, but I guess then they are kind of forced to putting on like bigger tires like these, right? Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're bigger ones. So where I've got smaller guys like these kind of things here, and that's the smaller axle. But that's okay. I'm going to take these back, I think, today. Might as well get her dealt with, for frig's sakes. Yeah, not a whole lot else I can do it here, especially today. So I guess we might as well go over and get this sorted out. Man, that drives me nuts. I never even really thought of that. That this heavier axle will be a little bit bigger than the smaller axle. Maybe they're all the same. I don't know. I'm gonna have to really look at it when I get over there, I guess. And if that's the same size hub on the 2,000 pound axle, then I guess I'll have to just get like a normal axle, like I got when we built this other little guy here, our little trailer, and just do it without springs. Mount it right straight right to the frame of the trailer. I'd definitely get her low. Holy frig. Then it would only be like the thickness of your axle tube, and then the the 2-inch for the, you know, so it'd be 4 inches basically off the ground. Well, a little more than that with the tire too, but it might be 6 inches or 7 inches off the ground or whatever. But anyways, back to PA we go. All right, 45 friggin' minute drive we made her. Why can't they put one of these closer to me? Holy jumping. 45 minutes. I am actually directly in the middle of all the Princess Autos in Ontario, which really sucks. Really sucks. But anyways, whoa. I'll go exchange, and then we'll head her home again. Another 45-minute drive. Friggin' frig. Well, there we go. Oh, a little bit over an hour home. There's a little more traffic coming home. I hate traffic. Oh, man. Anyways, we made her home. We got the right axle doohies there. Well, let's head in and I'll show you these guys, and then that's probably going to be about it for today, because holy crap, it's still raining here. Holy. And still a few more leaves. Still falling though. Alright, let's get inside and we'll give these a fit, and hopefully everything's all good. Okay, let's see here. Jeez, somebody must have put these on the bloody impact gun, so I'm going to take them off with my little impact gun. Oops. Some of them are really tight. That one was loose. Okay, so yeah, someone did, I think, on those other ones, swipe the cap. Because these both have easy lubes on them. The other ones, one didn't. So, unfortunately, these ones were not on sale, so I had to pay full pop for these, which sucks. So I owed them another $113 or something like that by the time it all got, you know, back and forth. So, hopefully these will fit better. They should be the same hub size. They are quite a bit smaller from the studs to the outside here. The other ones were another 1/4 inch taller, so I guess they're meant for a lot bigger tire, bigger rim, bigger tire. So we'll and it should hold that up. These aren't really super heavy, these tires anyway, so that's much better. Much better. Okay. Fitting much better. So you can see where the studs are fitting now on here. There's actually room for the nut, where before it was fitting about there. It wasn't very much, so that just wasn't going to work. Now this is the bigger tire. I'm going to mount one bigger tire. And on the other one I'm going to mount a smaller tire. Oh, for frig's sakes. Mount a smaller tire. Really? Then I want to kind of see if I can figure out roughly how high this is going to sit. Just put these on light here. Just like NASCAR. Nice, eh? It's not mounted too squarely. Wow, that's not very good at all when you look at it this way. Let's have a look here. I'll get you in line here and we'll show you the wobbliness of it. It's not pretty good, actually. Let's make sure you're still. I don't know if it's the rim that's doing that or if it's the tire mounted. Probably just the tire mounted. But. So I don't know, if you got that going down the road like that, it might bounce a lot on you. I don't know. Okay, let's mount up this other guy. We'll mount up the small guy too, and then I'm going to set something up here where this should be sort of sitting here. So these are all on tight too with the crap. I guess they put them on so nobody can steal them. I'm pretty sure people would. Some people will steal frickin' anything, you know. Nuts. Mine. Sounds like I need more air. Okay, let's grab the smaller guy. Ugh. Yeah, I couldn't decide which tires to get, so I'm like, well, what the frig? I can always use tires for something. I have a spare set for my other trailer now, or whatever, you know, depending on what I use, but... So, yeah. But this is going to be a winter project build. Whenever I get done all this leaf picking up, whenever I get the water lines blown out, you know, whenever I get all my outside-ish kind of stuff, yard stuff done up, and we can work on the project. Okay, that'll give us a rough idea. Let me, there's quite a difference in size there, surprisingly. There's, yeah, quite a difference in size. When you look at her like that, it's like, ooh, wow. I think I'm going to go with maybe these guys. I don't know yet, though. We'll see. Let me get something set up here, and I'm going to get a rough idea how high off the ground this trailer is going to end up being. Okay, this is extraordinarily crude, but it should give me an idea of what it should look like when it's mounted to a trailer. I'm really high. I don't know if I like that too much. So basically you got to kind of think that, hang on a sec here. Gotta make sure this is 2-inch. That's close enough. So this will be on the bottom, and then we've got to build, this is 2-inch deep, we've got to build a trailer frame on the top here. And then the decking, which I think I'm maybe just going to use plywood, like a thicker plywood, will be kind of, well, how thick, for instance, is this stuff? 3/4 inch. So if I used a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, that would be right there, the level that the Mini-X would sit at. So where that piece of wood is, would be the level that the Mini-X would sit at. So right now I'm about in line with, a little higher maybe than this setup over here, and I haven't even added the 2-inch trailer frame and then the 3/4 inch on top. So I would have to climb from the ground. See, I leveled this, so everything's level. I would have to climb from the ground about 14 inches roughly from... Boy, that's tall. Oh man, that's about all I can do too, you know. Darn it, that's still a long way up. Like, if they didn't have this extra drop here, and they actually came straight out, I would only be 8, 9, 10 3/4. So I'd be just below. Right about here. So as it sits, that would be the deck there if these things didn't have the drop down. Now mind you, once you start getting weight on it, these are going to flatten down a little bit. So by the time we get some weight to her, she's probably going to squat a couple inches anyways. Maybe not quite that much, but a little bit. So yeah, if these were a straight out thing, so if they were in line, like with the axle going straight across kind of thing, we would be 8. That's 9, 10 for the 2-inch frame. So 10 3/4, so we'd be about here loading it. So we're actually about 4 inches taller doing it this way. Darn have liked to have that 4 inches back, if you know what I mean. Oh, geez, I hope you could see that when I was measuring there. I think you should be able to. So 8, 9, 10 and 3/4. That would be our normal deck height there. So we're losing 4 inches that way. I don't really think there's any other way you can mount these things either. Darn it. Well, it's gonna have to work, I guess. Unless I can figure out another way to mount these, but these are supposed to work this way, you know, it's working against the rubber, so I guess that's the way she would have to go. Now you're probably saying, why would you use plywood on the deck? Well, I don't think I have enough flat sheet steel left for a steel one, so that's kind of suck. But what I'd probably do is plywood bottoms. I'd make the frame and then put 2-inch tubes up, maybe a foot high, just so to hold a bit of dirt, and put plywood on the inside of that tube. And I want to do it the width of the excavator when the tracks are expanded, which I can't remember the width now, but so then I can just leave them expanded all the time, be a little bit more stable and stuff too. So okay, so this is our worst case scenario, or our best case scenario, sorry. 14 1/4. I'm gonna write that down here. 14 1/4. Okay, let's set up this other guy here and see what we're looking at then. It's going to be a lot higher. So that's our 2-inch tube frame and our 3/4 inch plywood. Our tracks would be right here. So from 14 1/4, mind you, it will squat a bit. We're going 15 3/4. 15 3/4, so 14 1/4. Okay, so we're only gonna gain not very much difference there, like an inch and a bit. 14 1/4, 15 1/4, inch and a half. Inch and a half difference, so that's another 1.5 inches higher. So you got to think I got to get my tracks starting. So this is ground right on our here, and this is going to be the deck height. So I got to get my tracks up here and then try to get this thing lifted with the arm and then drive it on. I really want to get it as low as I possibly can. It'd be nice to get it mounted a different way, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. Now that's upside down, but that would be the best setup there. That would be freaking awesome. But I don't think you can run those things. Let me just jump in front of you here for a sec. You know what? I don't think it would make a whole lot of difference. It's just where it's going to mount. Because it's going to flex the same either way. These rubber dewey's in the ends here. Either way, that's going to flex. Either way, I don't think there's actually a right-wrong way. But, oops, that's going to make it a little more difficult for mounting stuff too, because I'm not going to have this thing in the way. Basically, I don't know really why I'm brainstorming this crap yet, because I'm not ready to do it yet, but I could technically weld another plate onto here just to mount it to the 2-inch frame. That would be like, that would have to be like the end of the trailer there, so the tire would maybe kind of stick out, looking kind of knobbly-ish looking. But let me measure that Mini X here. Hang on. Well, hang on a sec, just before we get too far here. Let's put our deck on. It's not sitting very square here. I don't think actually I've got it in the right spot. Oh, hang on, I gotta do some more fiddling. Okay, that's getting a little more better. That's what I wanted to do. So now, instead of 14 1/4, our deck will be 2-inch frame, 3/4 inch plywood, 9 3/4. So 9 3/4. So we're losing 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inch doing it this way. 4.5 inch drop. That might be it. I don't think that's the right way to mount these things, but that might be it. Now the only other thing I can think of doing is, well, I don't know. I haven't thought about far ahead yet, but I think that's going to be our method there. It's going to be pretty low to the ground here. I'm going to have to really watch when I drive off, you know, stuff. But maybe I'll set this guy up here the same way, and we'll see what drop we get out of that then. Okay, thought number 2. So we're already a little bit higher. I can see from frame to frame here. I don't really know if you're supposed to run them like that, upside down kind of thing, right? I don't think that's what they're kind of designed for, but like I say, it's never going to go on the road. Like, I'm not putting lights on this trailer. It's just going to be a little flat decky kind of trailer that I can put a little mini X onto and drive around here, right? So, but that should get it up a little more. That'll be our deck. Okay. So that'll get us a little more clearance. So we're looking at clearance of about 4 inch. 4 inch clearance, ground clearance there, and this one's got 5 1/4. So we got a little more ground clearance. That might be better. And loading wise, I think that would be all right. 10 3/4. So buttons. But I mean, if I don't like it mounted like that, I can always put these smaller tires on, and then bang bang, away you go, right? So that's pretty awesome. That's all the difference was. There was a smaller tire to this bigger tire. This would be better because it's a bigger, beefier tire. But yeah, so if you guys know, let me know if you can actually mount these upside down like that without having any extra problems. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, because technically these things should have the same, you know, flexing strength both ways, either way you go with them. But they're just kind of sort of meant to be the other way, I think, the right other side way up. But I don't know, and I don't know what I would do if I would just weld another piece out. Just weld a piece out. Maybe try to, I don't think I want to weld on there too hard, that stuff, because it's got that rubber in there. And then just, you know, zzz, all the way around. Then I can have this flat piece, let's say, I haven't got a good example, but this flat piece would be out here kind of thing. Then I could start to mount the trailer frame from there to this side, woo, if you know what I mean. I think that's going to be my better way, because like I say, I don't want her freaking way up in the air, because I already got a trailer like that. I don't want that. I want her down, down, down. But let me go measure the Mini X here, because I think the trailer would have to come and end here somewhere on this piece here, so it doesn't interfere with the flexing here. It would just kind of go up and down as it wanted to, because normally it would be fine on the other side. Those would probably come, if you had a really loaded, these would probably come flat with the trailer bed, where now it's gonna, this is gonna sink and this is gonna come up higher kind of thing. So let me go measure that Mini X when she's at full extension. Okay, so full extension, it measures at 33 inch rubber to rubber side. I would probably put it to 36, 3 feet, That'll give me 3 inches to, you know, put a shovel down in the side beside it, or my grass cover thingy down beside. And worst comes to worst, if I have to, I can shrink it in and it comes to like 29 1/4. So I would gain another, whatever that is there. So 36. So we'll stay from that side. See, that's a bit wide there. I got her set up a little wideish. 36 I think would be lots. And 36 by how long? I don't know. How long is that Mini X? Let's go measure that. Well, it measures at 60 to 64 inch, and that's from the front blade right to the very back where the back kind of domes around on the back cover. So 64, so I'd actually probably go a little more. It's maybe 72, so 6 foot. I make a 6 foot trailer, so that would that'd be pretty good. 36-ish by 6 feet. And you're still within that 1 sheet of plywood too, which would be kind of sweet. I don't kind of find I need much more room than that. The only time I do is if I happen to have to dig 2 at one time kind of thing, then I kind of need a little more room. But most times out of 10, it's, you know, 1 at a time, right? So I think that would be kind of a lot. Now, this isn't going to be a dump or anything, no dumping situation on it. This is just going to be a straight, flattened trailer. You know, load this thing on, go fill it, dig the thing, dig the cremation hole, and then leave the dirt in the trailer until we're done. And oh crap, you know what I forgot the other day? I still got a load of dirt in this trailer. Whoops! Yeah, we'll leave the dirt in the trailer until the funeral's done, and then I just go in and then I've been scooping them in by hand. It's not been really too bad, so still gives me a bit of exercise, right? Which is awesome. So I still got a load of dirt in here. I forgot to take that to the hole the other day. Whoops! I'll have to get that out soon and get rid of that. But yeah, so I think that's, see, I just need room down the side of the machine for like my cover and stuff to fit beside. So say that this machine's in the trailer, I just slide that down between the machine and then the side of the trailer. So I think if I left her 36, that should be lots. 36, is that what I thought? I can't remember now. Something like that anyways, so. But yeah, so that's a winter project though. I just can't really get at something like that right now, so that'll be fun. We'll have to go get some 2-inch square, I don't know what thickness of stuff. I don't think I've got any left here now. It looks like I've used most of it all up for stuff. 2-inch, oh, that's angle iron, bar. So, but this stuff here is probably pretty close to 2-inch tubing, I think. Yeah, it's 2-inch. 2-inch. Well, it's a little bigger than 2-inch, but so yeah, I think that will be kind of sweet. That'd be a fun little project, but I think I am going to go with the bigger tires, mostly for a little bit more higher and a little bit better strength for the weight we're going to put in it. But yeah, let me know if you think I can mount these like this, or if I shouldn't mount those like that, or what. I might just have to kind of make them work. I don't know. I just really don't know. I've never done anything with torsion axle stuff before, so I know my 2 big trailers up at the house have torsion axles in them, and it's just the way they've got this stuff welded on here. They've got them set up for only mounting one way, but you know what? If we can probably change it. I think maybe we're going to, because that's going to make it pretty sweet. So yeah, but anyways, there we go. That's that winter project. Anyways, still frickin' raining. Where was this all summer? Really, eh? Where was this all summer? Frickin' rain. Holy jeez. Anyways, I guess that's it. I'll head her home. So anyways, just a little update on this little roundy garden thing here. You guys know what we had, the wave petunias in there. They came out pretty good actually. They overflowed the garden. Well, I got all that yanked out of there, of course, right? And I left it all nice and fluffy, you know, for about five days or so. I just wanted to see what these bloody turkeys would have done to it. They left it alone the whole time. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe they like digging in this one or here more than they like digging in this one. So I just went and got my spring bulbs, put them all in, planted with the bone meal and stuff, and it worked great. Got lots of nice bulbs in there. The frickin' same day I come up, driving up the tractor, there's a little bugger in there digging turkey. I'm like, really? It sat there for like 5 days and you guys never touched it. I get my bulbs in and you go nuts at it. So I put a couple of sheets of plywood over it after that. And so, you know, I was kind of thinking that might have stayed like that all winter, but I went and looked at it there the other day, and for some reason, I guess because of the moisture, wasn't really getting out. There was a real thick layer of like white moldy stuff growing. I'm like, oh, like hair. It was like fur growing in the garden thing. I'm like, wow, that's not good. So I went and got I went and got a whole bunch of wood chips there. Put about 3 inches of wood chips on top there, and hopefully that'll keep them deterred from wanting to get in there now. But kind of doubt they'll want to fluff themselves in that crap. They like more like the dirt, where they can flick the dirt on themselves, and then, you know, it helps get rid of all their bugs and stuff or whatever. I guess it feels good on their skin too or something. But anyways, so yeah, so that's all done. So hopefully they leave it alone, and hopefully they'll come up in the spring. Those spring bulbs. I got some nice smelly hyacinths in the center. Oh, there's a really neat variety of tulip I put in there. I can't remember the name now though, but it looked really cool. And there's a bunch of like narcissus, so like daffodils and stuff like that, all in there. And then right a ring around the outside, I put a whole bunch of crocuses, which should come up first into spring. So I imagine they'll poke themselves through there, and should be all good. So. But anyways, I guess that's it for today. She's a crappy, rainy, crappy, freaking crappy day, and I've had enough of it. Been driving all friggin' day, and didn't really sort of have to. It was my fault. I totally, fully take blame for that, but it happens. Never even thought that would be like that, and I guess it's because it's supposed to have bigger rims on it. That's how they, you know, get away with avoiding people having people avoid what I was trying to do with it, because they won't fit. You need bigger rims and tires, right? So totally makes sense, but I never even thought of looking at it. So, but anyways, so yeah, so let me know what you think if I should flip those upside down and do that to those or not. I kind of, hopefully it's going to work, but if it doesn't, it doesn't, I guess. But I mean, I could always add that little plate onto there, just weld it in there, and then weld that to the trailer frame itself. So I think it should work, but I kind of think those rubbers will work either way. It's just one will be dropped a little bit lower, and that's exactly what I wanted, was to be as low as I frickin' could, you know, so I could load that thing without using ramps. That'd be frickin' awesome. If I can get away doing that, that'd be pretty sweet. So one thing I gotta watch too on it, when I build the sides, that I don't build them up too high, that if I want to swing while I'm in the trailer, swing the machine, that it doesn't hit on the bottom. So this trailer here, I think it cleared pretty good actually before I put these ramp hanging dewies on it there. Before I put those on, and now I don't think it sort of clears quite so well, so because they do stick up a little higher than the actual, well, they're a couple inches higher, so I probably would ding on it, because I think it just cleared it before. Now it won't clear it. So, but yeah, so anyways, that's about her for today. I guess I'll head her home, dry out a little bit, and carry on tomorrow. I got a funeral tomorrow to do, so it's only cremation. It's not till later, so hopefully the rain frigs off by then. At least I can get out and dig that, and we'll carry on. So anyways, yeah, I gotta get this trailer done fairly soonish. I don't really know if I'm gonna do a video on it. I did a video on it last year. It's exactly the same process as last time, so you know, you just basically have to get your whatchamacallit pump out there, and there's a little hose that you put into your stuff. Turn the valve to on and turn the tank to off so it doesn't flow into your freshwater tank. And turn your pump on, and it pumps up hard. And then you just turn your faucets on and whoosh, the crap out until it comes out pink. And that's about it. There's not really a whole lot to it. It's not really that interesting. So, but if you wanted to see that process, I did do a video on it last year. Winterizing your travel trailer, I think it was I called it. So if you want to check that out, it's the exact same process. So yeah, but I actually haven't been in that trailer since we sort of been back from camping. So I kind of hope that nothing's been leaking, because I have no idea if it will be or not, because I haven't been in there. So but I do have to do that. So water lines in the cemetery, though, I might film that one for you, because sometimes it comes out as a different kind of a video. I know there's lots of other times I have videotaped it for you guys and posted it, and it's pretty much the same every time. But that one I usually take the GoPro with me. A little bit easier to maneuver it than this great big huge Sony camera. Yeah, so a little bit more to that. Lots more running around and stuff, from this tap to that one to this one to that one to this one, and turn this one off and turn this one back on, and blowing all the stuff out. Gives the air compressor a good workout, you know. So she pumps a lot of air, but this new one should be freaking pretty awesome. I think I've used it once. Oh man, what is going on here? I think I've used it once for blowing those lines out last year. I think it was last year, and it worked freaking awesome. So I think it actually caught up to itself and shut off. It's so awesome. Like, it worked so awesome. It pumps so much air that it actually built its pressure back up, and then boom, shut off again. Not for very long, mind you. It doesn't take long when you keep her full going until she blows out. So, but then fires right back up again. So, but compared to my old compressor, which, holy cow, it damn near melted down when I was doing that. It's pretty awesome. That new compressor was definitely worth getting. So it was freaking expensive, but it was definitely worth getting. So way more than I ever need for air. But you know, like I say, with stuff like that, it's way better to have way more air than trying to use your impact gun and then wait for like 20 minutes till it fills back up. So I hate those air compressors that just sit there and doesn't really do anything. Like, you know, you can a balloon faster than that thing probably could. So, but anyways, we're getting into a total other ramble. I better rock on here, and we'll catch you sometime next week maybe. It all depends on this weather. If the weather turns nice here, I'm going to be smacking at leaves, so you may not hear from me for a little bit, you know, kind of thing. I got to get these things done and sucked up, because not too far down the road, she's going to be having white stuff on it, and then when that comes, that's it. I'm done with frickin' leaves, because when it gets snow and crusty crap on it, you cannot pick that stuff up with this thing. So I've got maybe like a week and a half window here, possibly, maybe 2 weeks until I won't be able to do them. So really hope she dries out, get some good sun on it for a good couple of days, and maybe some wind again, and that'll help. So, but anyways, yeah, and then what else we got going on? I think that's about it. We'll have to pick some time to do this water system. That actually might be the next video that we'll do up, is turning off the water and blowing out the lines back here. That's probably going to be the next one. So, but anyways, I gotta head her out. Thanks again for watching today, and let me know, like I say, about those dewey's, if we can flip them upside down like that. I'm pretty sure we can. I'll make them freaking work if I have to, because I really like the height of that deck. There'll be hardly any like at all, you know. That'd be pretty sweet. So the lower I can get her, the better, I think. So, because the tracks aren't very long on that, so you don't have much room until she wants to flop down on you, right? So you gotta kind of, yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting thing loading that the first time once we're ready to go. But anyways, I might be able to use thinner plywood, like maybe a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood, maybe, if I put more bracing through it, which will make the trailer a bit heavier, but it should make it actually stronger too. So we might do, like, you know, another 2-inch piece joined to side, like every foot or something maybe, and that'll be a little bit better for strength wise. And we could probably use a thinner piece of plywood, which will get us a hair bit lower again, right? every millimeter counts, we'll say. So, but anyways, I gotta go. Better turn the money off. There we go. And thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you probably for doing water next week sometime.